No, definitely not.
Are you like on the? Are you close to USA?
Uh, yes, technically.
You want to know anything about my country or me?
Uh, to be fair, I'm curious how the landscape is there.
Oh, beautiful. Just type it up. Just type up Austria Alpen. Austria Alpen.
Nice.
There. Wait, let me try and send it to you. That's possible. Oh shoot. For some reason, wait. I'm just gonna like text you.
Um, okay. Perfect.
Yeah, look at that. I just sent you a picture, and I see that like almost every day. So that's like normal for me. Did you see?
I'm still looking.
You still trying to get chat? Oh, well, not chat. Are
Yeah,
you
pretty
still trying to get
much.
Mr.
Yeah, all the stuffs, dude. I got so much work. Nice. Perfect.
I'm still in school. Did you like school?
No. I mean,
Well,
I
now
don't
that
no,
you know
don't get me wrong. I loved my history
your
classes.
history,
Oh, I loved history class, and I loved
so you know like about World War II.
oh yes, I'm very familiar with World War II, World War One.
I
I'm
then wait,
also
then tell me this.
I'm also a big history buff outside of those.
I so tell me this. When exactly did World War II start?
1939.
Yeah, what day?
Uh,
What date?
I don't remember the date. I don't go by date. I just go by year.
Yeah, well, by year, I think oh, everyone knows almost.
No, because you got Russia who believes it started in 1941. Japan completely glosses over it and says that the war started in 1932 to 1933. When they started in the Pacific, they completely gloss over the escalation of the Empire of Japan. So
You know, like
they don't even talk about the fact that they invaded China. Like they completely gloss over that part and say that the war started in the Pacific. Yo, sorry guys that it crashed. September 1939. Thank you. Uh,
wait, do you know?
chat loves me. But yes, 1939. And then
Do you know any concentration camp?
we've got Auschwitz. We've got oh
Mauthausen,
yeah. I forgot the one that was really bad.
Vietnam,
I forgot the one that was really
Viet.
bad though.
Yeah, that's Auschwitz.
No, there was another one though that was ran by a couple.
No, no, trust me, it's Auschwitz. I know.
No,
My mom is my.
I'm aware of how bad Auschwitz was, but what I'm saying is
I,
like
I'm 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 just letting you know. My mom actually has like she's a history teacher, and I have her in my history classes.
oh, I'm aware the Auschwitz is really bad, but you also have to understand there was certain. Hey, what's up, Light? Uh, there's also the one where there was a woman who was called oh what was her
Anne
name?
Frank?
I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know what the place is called, but like it's not even like any building. It's just like a field where people were just left to die.
No,
You
no,
mean?
no, no, no. She it was a camp. She used to take young Jewish men. Chat. It's about to get a bit graphic, so forgive me. And she used to like flay them and use their skin as furniture.
I'm not like phased. Well, I don't want to say I'm not phased by graphic content, but I've seen a lot of things. Like Reddit. You know, Reddit is crazy. You know?
Uh, I don't doubt it. Um, Perfect.
Or are you playing with China?
I'm not. I clicked on it when I logged back into the game.
Right.
Uh,
Wait, maybe I can ask you this because you probably know your tanks. What is FCS? Because like when you go to the modern tanks and I like do the preview and I shoot at them and it just says like that I possible damage FCS. What is that?
Firing stabilizations.
Oh, so the gun stabilizer.
Yeah, fire compression system. Sorry.
So if that's broken, that you're not gonna have a gun stabilizer.
No, fire compression system. So if you shoot that out, usually you won't have any fire extinguishers.
Oh.
It's not gonna work.
So
You'll have to do
so
everything by manual.
so it's automated. Like when you
Yeah,
put out the fire, you don't.
it's
No one has to do
automated.
that.
Yeah.
But how does it know where the fire is?
It goes by compartmental. Everything has thermals in the modern tank.
Do you know any? What? Have you ever seen like war footage?
Depending on your war footage. I've seen World War II stuff.
Have you
Oh,
ever seen Ukrainian war
I've seen a
stuff?
couple of stuff from some other things from my buddies. Yeah.
Like NS and not safe for work content?
I've seen some stuff where you've seen tanks get blown up and stuff. Yes, and you know there were people inside of it. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen, and that's it.
Delta,
'Cause I've seen.
Dawson,
Okay,
keep it
wait,
keep
wait. Can
it
you
positive, sir. Sorry, chat.
wait? Can your stream hear me?
Oh yeah, they can hear you.
Oh shoot. Then I probably won't be able to say this.
Yeah, keep it PG. That's why I said when you started, keep it PG.
Wow.
There's a reason why I haven't gone to certain areas saying certain things about historical facts, and hence why I said, "Oh, guys, this is gonna get graphic."
So can I say it?
No.
Crap. I'll just text you it on Discord.
Ugh.
Wait, I didn't mean to type the question mark.
Dawson, you are not having mod. Not after how you acted today. Nice try.
Wait, take a look at the what's it called? Take a look on the Discord chat.
I'll do it after. I don't look up anything unless it's obviously maybe a picture here or there, but I won't look up a video.
Well, no, I just texted you what I saw, not like any
Yeah.
pictures. Are you like into war?
No, actually, I'm not.
Does war terrify you?
It doesn't terrify me. I'm aware of what it can do. Oh, light. Well,
That's a stupid question. Don't answer it.
Light won't see the old chat because that's part of the last episode there, Dawson, and don't bring it back up. They did some very questionable stuff on on the channel. Let's just say that. War is war, exactly.
So, do you know Adolf Hitler?
Oh, of course. Everybody knows him over here.
Do you know what country he's from?
Eh,
Don't say Germany.
I'm aware that wasn't he Russian or Austrian?
He was Austrian.
Yeah.
Russian?
I said Prussian.
Oh.
You know what a Prussian is,
Prussian.
right?
Yeah, Prussian is Belarus.
Yeah.
Please help me, I'm cooked.
I'm dead, dude. I got tagged by a T-34 and an AA. I got toasted.
Yeah, he's Austrian. Do you know his full name except Adolf Hitler?
I know the middle one. It drawn a blank.
It's Adolf Hitler.
Yep. I ain't even gonna try to pronounce half of the names, especially if it's German. Even though, hilariously enough, my descendancy is from there.
You think that German sounds aggressive?
Dude, everybody over here, and I'm pretty sure every country thinks German sounds aggressive. The only language that I could scream at somebody that I love them, and it sounds like I want to murder them.
So if I started insulting you in German, do you think? Can I? No, I'm not. No. You want to hear a German insult, or me at curse you in German?
No.
Aw, come on. I'm good at that.
Family friendly.
I'm in German. Nobody can hear it.
People can. Yeah, there. Light's learning German.
And also, I'm using words from my region, which aren't words. They're just made up by me. Well, not me, but at my school, they're used. Can I just say, nah? Nah. I'm not gonna.
Don't.
So if I say, mir druckt so richtig bloody Wurzeln, Alter.
Ah.
You think that was family friendly?
Probably not.
Well, it was family friendly.
Dawson, stop encouraging.
Attention to the map.
Oh, wait, do you know what a howitzer is? You know what howitzer means?
Yes.
What does it mean?
Howitzer's artillery.
Yeah. And what do you name a tank that uses a howitzer gun?
155 SP. Specifically your PZH, or technically if we want to go with
You mean the Pizza Tar 2000?
yeah, or let's go with something that we have over here, Paladins. Mounting 155 millimeter howitzer cannon. Or if we want, we can go with 105, which would be the Paladin something. I can't remember what it's called. It's the M109.
Wait, what am I trying to say? Why can't artillery? Why are they usually always highly? No, wait, no, never mind. Why is it always a high caliber? Why is it never 80 millimeters or something? If you know what I mean.
Not enough devastation for the artillery round. Literally, that's the reasoning. The reason they chucked bigger rounds was for more devastation.
Have you ever seen a tank in real life?
Yes. I've even climbed inside of one.
Shoot! I'm cooked. Never mind, I'm not. I am. Okay, never mind, I am. Oh, wait, never. Oh, I might be. Oh, yeah, I am. Yeah, but they can't pin me because I am a cave one. Russian bias. What countries have you been to? Have you been in Europe?
No, I've never been outside of my own homeland.
What?
I don't like traveling.
Yeah, same. But I've been in a lot of countries. Well, not a lot. It's just
Keep in mind, the only country that I can get to from here without flying is,
You say Mexico.
no, that'd be America. Which would be the most nearest.
You say. This got them. Please help me repair, pal.
I am out. Well, I couldn't pin the front arm of that.
Are you shooting at the Churchill?
I was trying, yeah. It happens.
Your engine.
Yeah, I'm knocked. Happens.
Does your country have a strong military?
No. Okay, well, hold on a second. Let me be fair to my own armed forces that are in my country. Yes, they are some of the most feared. Infantrymen. For training and for their tactics.
Does your country have like good special forces or what?
Oh yes, very much so. So much
Like
so,
what?
so much so that you don't hear about them. That's why you don't hear about them. See, you got America, who's got their SEALs. You got Austria,
you know
which
any of
has
mine?
Austria, which has theirs, and I'm sure you guys know about your special forces.
Yeah.
Okay, and you got Germany, who's got their KSGs, and you got Russia, who's got their Spetsnaz. Canada here has Task Force 1, and the only reason we heard about them was because the government had to announce them.
You know the Cobra?
I'm assuming that's yours.
Yeah, Cobra.
Yeah. See, the only reason
Yeah.
we know them here is because our country had to announce it. Because laws here dictate that if something that's hidden from the public gets found out, the government has to make it known to the rest of the general public.
We have a question for you.
We can all add up if everybody wants to, for sure.
Shit.
Oh, that was not an enemy tank. Just everybody knows my tag, so everyone will have to invite or do a friend request. I will put the howdy, welcome.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I love spaghetti. Probably more than I should.
Do you know what a schnitzel is?
I have heard of it.
Have you ever had one?
I've never tried it, no.
You should definitely give it a try. Are you good at cooking?
Yes. Very much so.
Have you ever cooked Chinese food?
I
Like
think.
sushi?
I've never done sushi. But sushi is just basically raw fish and rice. I've done rice.
Yeah,
Eh.
well, rice, I believe so, is not that hard to cook.
No, but I've done rice as in a Mexican dish. So a lot of peppers, lots of
Like, can you cook
sauces.
fried chicken?
Yes. I can cook steak in multiple quantities. So I can cook it at rare, medium rare, well done.
Wait, so how do you prefer your steak?
I'm not ignoring
Wait,
everybody. I said yes, we can all have a game. But everyone needs to start queuing up and sending me friend requests so I can start getting you guys in. Which I will post in the chat quickly.
does your job require force?
What kind of force?
Like physical
Physical labor?
exhaustion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's something like mechanic.
And that's the most you're getting from me. Everybody else knows that.
Do you not trust me?
Uh, listen, it's not about trust, it's about privacy.
Well, what am I gonna do with your information of what job you use?
Oh no, it's not that. It's I like having some privacy. That's it. It's just pure and simple. Has nothing to do
Privacy
with
of being
no trust,
like
no nothing.
unknown.
Uh, I'm going to exit out of the squad and I'm going to host one and I'll invite both you guys in. Okay. There you go. Dawson, are you hopping on or are you off?
Are you what? How do you prefer your steak?
I like mine well done.
Well done.
Yes.
Have you ever tried medium rare? Because I hear that that is like the best.
I've heard about it, but I am Christian. I can't have blood.
I'm Christian and I can have blood. Pal.
No, you can't. It's a commandment.
So you are like super Christian.
Yes, very much so. Very devout.
So tell me what does Easter have to do with Christianity? What event happened?
The crucifixion and the raising of Jesus Christ.
You're trying to mean the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
All right.
Resurrection and rising is the same thing. It's talked about in the
Bro, I'm
KJV.
not from. I don't know. I
Yeah,
do not speak English.
it's this. It's the same thing. Rising
Yeah, it's
and
just that
yeah,
I
I'm
just
aware.
don't know. Yeah. All right. Do you have any other German friends?
I had one, uh, but he was definitely uh he was what was he he was
Muslim.
no, he's German, like super German. What is they called here? Mennonite?
Mennonite?
Yes, but ex-Mennonite. So here in Canada we have Mennonites and Hutterites. Um, they live in colonies across Canada, and some of them are German or come from a German descent. They would have been pilgrims that came over into Canada way back in the day and would have been German. And they also I'm getting to it. Sorry, Sergey. Just give me a second. I'm waiting to see if Dawson is joining. Dawson, are you joining or no?
Who's
Uh,
Dawson?
Dawson's in the chat. He's part of the community. Um,
For a long time?
oh yeah, he's been here since almost the beginning. He's been here since basically when I was at 60 subscribers. Well, I think we're
Are you
pushing at 208 now. So, yeah. So, like we're gonna do. You good with going 3-7, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go 3-7 if you wanna. If you wanna do that for sure. Light, so we're good. Oh, you're at your dad's camp.
Wait.
Okay, everybody, ready up.
Wait, that is not that
apparently
way.
Dawson is not able to join.
Are you in a relationship?
Oh no.
Do you live alone?
That I will keep to myself. No, I don't.
Parents.
Yes.
Do they take care of you?
No. Well, we live together and work together.
Have you ever saved life?
Have I saved a life?
Yeah.
I have my training for it.
Animals included. Like not just like an ant or something.
No. Never like from the brink of death. No, but I have stopped people from getting injured to where it could have been a a life-threatening problem.
I have saved the cat from like when it was at the brink of death.
Yeah, no, I haven't done anything like that, but I have saved some people.
I've saved a cat before.
I will try to read it, Light, trust me. I might accidentally miss it. I apologize in advance. If
Why
I
does this
do.
guy keep on typing?
Because he's a bit of a typer, and that's how he's going to communicate with us, because I'm assuming he doesn't have Discord. And that's okay.
Are you gonna press ready? Are you gonna press ready?
We are currently looking
yeah,
for a
I'm
battle
sorry,
right now. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I didn't say that. Did you hear me before what I said?
About what? That you saved a cat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to ask how?
I'm assuming you have your way. And it's not impossible. I'm aware that there are many ways to save a cat. I'm assuming that either it was from drowning or something of it fell out of a tree and got severely injured.
No. We had like this cat tree, like one of them like play thingies, like towers.
Yeah. The scratched holes.
Yeah, exactly. And there was like a little like a cabin, like a little house, and the walls were made of like uh, a thin cotton, and they ripped it, and there were like strings going out, and then one of them cats tried to like squeeze through the strings, and she got like strangled somehow, and she was like strangling. She was meowing so loud, and she was like blacking out. I saw her eyes like fading away, and
Yeah.
then in the last like moment, I got the scissor and I cut the string.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, no, I haven't had anything like that. I've done basic first aid and basic triage.
Same. I have as well. I also have a first aid course.
So,
What's like the classic food of Canada? And don't say pancakes and maple syrup.
poutine.
What?
Poutine.
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 What do you mean poutine?
Poutine. Have you never heard of poutine?
No.
Sir, you have not lived until you have had poutine.
What is poutine?
French fries with gravy and other assorted meats and cheese.
Oh, I guess
It's a cholesterol heart attack waiting to happen.
So does that mean my life is useless?
No, not at all. But you need to try poutine. You can make poutine over where you're at. You just need the right ingredients, and by all means, you most likely have it.
Panzergranate geladen!
Oh shoot. M18.
Panzergranate geladen!
Well, not M18.
See you, sir. Sorry, I'm trying not to die. Like that.
Non-penetration? Excuse me.
See you, Dawson. It's been good seeing you, buddy. Have a good one. God bless. So I'm assuming you haven't seen my channel then before today then. This would be the first time
Yeah.
you've seen my channel.
Yeah, I was just looking up like Warthunder, like if people streaming Warthunder with like low viewers, so I can like play with them, because I just want to talk and play with someone.
Yeah, I got
And
you.
then I found you. Do you know what? So, do you know what the Ratte is? Like the P100 P1000 Ratte. Do you know the tank? Well, I don't even know. If
I'm
you call
gonna
it a tank
say
anymore.
I don't think so. Never heard
It's
of
a
it.
1,000. Type it up on Google. It's like a 1,000 ton heavy tank made from Nazi Germany, and it was supposed to. It was like as big as a house.
Oh, you're talking about the
bigger.
Rade.
What, the Radic?
That's what it's called here. That's what it translates here to. It's called the Rade.
Radic.
Yeah.
Well, don't you also say moss?
Yeah, but it's called mouse.
Yeah, no, it's not called mouse. It's called moss.
No, it's mouse for us. It's English
Yeah,
translation.
for you.
Yeah.
But its original name is moss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware of what it'll be over there. It's going to be different other places.
Yeah, it just
especially
sounded
for
weird
their.
when you said-
Yeah, it's for English translation. Yeah,
it's like it sounded weird because you said no, it's actually called mouse.
No, I said it's here. It's called this.
Yeah, but you only said actually it's called like this over here.
Yeah, for the rade, the same thing.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh, ow. Oh, that's what that was. Great. Okay, so that's why it's just a nightmare, so we won't do that anymore.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Do you have like any mental diseases?
No.
Are you like a talker?
No, I'm actually a very shy person naturally. Hilariously enough, this
Like,
is...
and-
Yeah, I'm shy naturally. So, hilariously enough, I started the streaming so that I could, for multiple reasons. But another reason that I started doing streaming was because I was like, oh, maybe it'll get me to, you know, be able to talk to people a bit more, because I'm naturally a very shy person. And I don't like talking to people if I don't know who they are.
Well, you don't know who I am.
Yeah, I'm aware it makes it very easy for doing it when it's not in person, right? But it gives me the ability to talk and get used to it, right? Kind of a thing of challenging myself to something a little bit new.
So you're trying to overcome your
Yeah, fear. Yeah.
fear of talking to.
Just people.
Wait,
like
one
I
sec.
said,
Wait, one-
I'm just normally I'm a little nervous around people, right? So.
Wait one sec. I can't. Wait one sec, please.
Attention to the map.
Panzergranate geladen.
I'm sorry, my sister just went to bed.
Oh, it's okay.
My big sister. She turned 19 yesterday.
Fair enough.
140. Height 1,000 meters.
What time is it over there where you guys are at?
It's almost 11 a.m. 11 p.m.
Okay, fair enough.
And you?
It's officially almost 2:58 p.m. Which means I am going to be going to bed soon.
You mean bed?
I work through
Yeah.
the night.
What?
Yeah.
You do physical labor at night.
Yes.
That does not give me any ideas.
I'm aware.
Why would you? Why at night?
Because that's what
Is
my
there
job is.
Is there an option to do it at daytime as well?
Yeah.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
So why did you decide to do it at night?
I'm a night owl. I'm usually up at night. I usually. The hardest part through school was actually being up in the morning for me. Hilariously enough, I can do night just fine.
Wait, does it pay more?
Yeah.
I bet you work at some like towing company where you, not towing company, but like, so if someone cars break down, you just go get in.
Yeah, my shit. Well, not. I'm not saying yes to you being right, but I'm just saying my shift starts from like 1 in the morning till 9. So I start my stream like right after I get off. At like 10.
So you don't want any alone time.
That's not don't want alone time. It's more so what do you call it? I used to be, I would actually, and a lot of my community knows this. I used to actually have it set up where I would actually get home, go to bed, and then start streaming at 8, and then stream up until I had to go to work. But because of where I live, and it can get pretty hot during the summer months, I usually don't sleep that well in the afternoons. So I usually when the sun starts going down is when I'm gonna get my best sleep. So I swapped it up to streaming in the morning so that I could actually get sleep later on. Before I had to do more work.
Oh, shoot, you didn't. Have you ever? Not have you ever? Have you been? Have you even looked at the stuff I sent you on Discord?
No, because like I said, I won't look stuff up when I'm on stream. I'll look it up after I'm done.
I sent you a picture. I didn't send you a link.
I know I still won't do it. A lot of my community knows I won't either.
I'm not trying to make you look up anything.
No, no, no. I'm
I
aware.
just
I'm aware, but I won't look up. It's the same for my other buddy who streams that is usually with me on community days. He will not look up something on a stream.
Well, what do you mean by look up? Like
Like
going on Google and
he
searching
won't he
something
won't
up?
he won't open his app on Discord on his phone, and he won't tap out of the game.
And why
Like
is that big? Because
it's
it crashed the game or what?
it's just because we won't. That's just it's a thing, right? Usually we're when we're playing with people, we're trying to give our undivided attention either to the chat or to talking to you, the viewer, right? We're not trying to also, on top of talking to the viewers, as well as watching the chat, as well as also talking, and also playing a game on top of it. It's just too much to divide attention to. I can check it up now because I'm currently dead, but
I didn't mean to say after grenade. I didn't mean to say question mark.
yeah, I got it. I figured. I figured it was probably either a misclick or autocorrect doing something weird because
No,
autocorrect being beautiful.
wait, can you hear my keyboard?
I can hear your keyboard, yes.
You think it sounds good?
What? I would be shocked, hilariously enough, if everybody doesn't hear my keyboard because that thing is
I
snappy.
hear it. It's like a clicky keyboard. But did you see the picture?
Yeah, I did not see the picture. Oh, yeah, I saw the picture of the landscape. Yeah, you guys got beautiful
Yeah, that's Salzburg.
scenery.
Salzburg.
Okay, guys, I got one more game in me. Then I gotta go get some sleep. Sorry, Light. I would have loved to have stayed on a little longer with you, obviously. But I do streaming every day if anyone wants to come by and say hi again. My community days are posted on the YouTube community tab. And we'll say what game we're doing on that week.
Before you go, I ask every person that I don't know, when I talk to them for a long period of time, how has it been like talking to me?
It's been interesting.
Was I getting too personal?
I'm aware that, hilariously enough, the thing that I'm getting into is streaming, right? And I'm aware that I'm going to come across people that are very curious about me and why I'm streaming, or what I do and stuff like that. And so I won't say no, or I won't say yes. Sorry, that you were coming off too personal, because I'm aware that I'm going to run into many people that are just curious. So I would say no. You were perfectly well within your bounds, right? Obviously.
Was I annoying?
Is it a questionnaire? Like,
No, I'm
do I
like,
do I get do I get a checklist?
did I ask too many questions?
No, you're fine. I'm aware that there are that I will run into people, and that's perfectly fine. It comes with what do you call it? It comes with the I wouldn't even call it it comes with the field that I'm entering into. Right? It comes with the streaming. You have to be prepared that people will ask you questions. And certain questions I will answer, obviously, and then there's just certain questions that you will hold your ground and you just won't answer, because it's either one, too personal, or two, it's just you just don't want to answer it.
Yeah. And what about wait, how do I say it? Uh, bro, am I tripping?
You got this. Take your time. Is everybody out of the match?
I got it back. So what's your impression of me?
You want to ready up first?
Yeah, sure.
Light, you want to ready up, buddy?
I'm ready.
No, I'm talking about our other teammate. What do you mean by impression? Thanks,
Like,
buddy.
Do you feel like this guy's weird? This guy is chill. This guy is too curious. This guy is, or like, you know what I mean?
I'm not going to call you weird for being curious. I'm aware that you're also at that age where curiosity is very much a thing. I was a
there are
very
people that
I was a
care.
very much a curious child, like a very much a curious kid at your age. Like I asked so many questions. I probably annoyed my parents beyond all belief.
Yeah, same. I ask my mom every day, like, I go like, well, I can't think of anything like right now, but like ask stuff like, Mom, did Adolf Hitler, did he like plan? Why did they document everything when they knew that don't want people to know what they did? Like, for example, they destroyed the concentration camps to delete evidence. But why did they document every single conversation they had when Hitler was talking?
It's the thing with governments, right? Hilariously enough, even stuff that is blacklisted here, like stuff that
Wait.
so like stuff that you won't hear about in Canadian politics, for instance.
You are. Do you know that you can just do the Hitler salute and draw swastikas in your country without getting any, like any like, you don't have to pay any fines or something.
Yes, but we're also in an area where technically that type of stuff is still considered hate and can be chargeable, depending on the location.
Wherever you do it in my country, you get like prison time or
Yes,
like,
but
a
you're
fine.
you're also in an area where that stuff happened, right?
Yeah.
Like our troops were sent overseas, right, to fight in a country that was not our own.
Well, you were a continent away from me. Us.
Because I'm in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, we send troops over. There's a reason why there are certain things that happen. It's like technically, if you actually look it up, you'll find out that technically, I heard that there was German citizen had a tank in his house of a panther.
Yeah.
Which, by the
Yeah,
way,
Panther
I
8.
want to really know how he got it down in there.
Yeah, I've seen that video.
I want
Was
to
it
know.
like a
I,
was it like a really light colored tank?
it was full tank. It took them an actual industrial crane to get it out. Like, so it wasn't like it was fake. The thing was real. So I want to know how they got it in there. But regardless, like, just because something is banned in some place or might not be fully enforced doesn't mean that you're not going to see something, right? Technically, you're going to see stuff everywhere, depending on where you're from. The matter of the fact being is that there are still things in our country here where stuff is, and especially in your country as well, where stuff is blacklisted, right? Something that your government will not talk about or say because either for national defense they're doing it or something, right? It has to be kept from the public. That's still all documented. Why? So that if it goes back on them, they have documentation on how and what happened, so that they can try to claim a bit more innocency in something, even if they're not going to be innocent. They do it to try to wash their hands of something, even if it's not going to. It's a very messed up cycle, if you think about it.
Bro, this church is unpenetrable.
Panzergranate geladen.
Oh, thanks.
You know, you want
Have you ever?
I didn't know if you had them, and I didn't want you to.
Have you ever drawn a swastika?
No.
Panzergranate geladen.
Hilariously enough, here we also know what the original meaning of it was before it was hijacked by the bad guys, right?
The bad guys.
I'm aware of, and I'm dead. No.
I'm helping you.
Panzergranate geladen.
Yeah. Well, technically, we're not supposed to say the N-word on YouTube.
How were you gonna?
No, that's why I said bad guys. Everybody knows who we're talking about. And so there are, like, hilariously enough, that emblem actually was a Tibetan good luck charm. And, for hilariously enough, the Finnish army was actually a Medal of Honor, far before it was ever used by them. It's like technically the mustache that he had was actually hijacked. It wasn't his mustache first. It was first used by Charlie Chaplin.
No. No, it wasn't. Charlie Chaplin just mocked Hitler by cutting his beard like that.
Panzergranate geladen. Ziel ausgeschaltet.
There we go. Got it. Where did everybody... Oh, I'm up by here by myself. Oh no.
Hell, bro, how am I not penetrating this guy? And how did he not see me? Have you ever been a witness of a crime?
I have been called into the courts, yes, for once. And had to witness against somebody, yes.
And how? What did he...
I won't say what was done, but I was a young man at that time. And I insulted the lawyer. His lawyer.
What?
Well, their lawyer was, so here we're allowed to have an opinion against, the judicial, right? And especially if we think that the lawyer is not doing their job, or that they're, you know, maybe trying to aid or cover up facts. I made a very, interesting comment. And, yeah, hey, at the end of the day, I made the judge laugh, so it couldn't have been that bad. But yeah, no, I've been in that kind of thing.
Have you ever... I'm not gonna say that on live, actually.
I'm dead.
Well, I don't know if I should say that. I don't know if that's against your terms. Should I say it?
I don't even know what you're trying to say.
If you have ever planned a crime.
No.
All right.
It goes specifically against my faith.
Do you pray every day?
Yes.
How many times?
Once in the morning, multiple times throughout the day when I'm either eating or reading my Bible, and then so I also pray before I read my Bible, and then I once before I go to bed, which I also read my Bible before I go to bed too. So. A little fun fact about Delta, so everybody knows.
Has there ever been a school shooting, or are there school shootings in Canada?
Yes, but usually they're done and committed by illegal firearms that
Are not certified?
are not
registered?
certified or registered, right? A lot of the stuff that we have up here, guns up here are very heavily controlled. And I mean very heavily. So, you can't have a rifle with over 5 rounds in it.
5 rounds?
Yes, you can get a magazine, but it is pinned at 5 rounds.
For what reason?
So that we stop things like that from happening. Because once
So
you
they don't-
once you shoot 5 shots, you can be rushed.
So they can only get 5 victims.
Yeah. Now obviously there is obviously an exception to the rule where you have classic guns like the SKS and the M1 Garand, which are allowed to be purchased here in Canada. And
Isn't that like a World War II weapon?
it is, but it also has a magazine capacity of 8 rounds, which obviously goes against the Canadian law of only 5. But it also, that law was passed in the 1960s, and so it doesn't count towards that rifle. Any rifle that has a cap higher than that and was made with it before that law was put in power, then it's perfectly fine for you to have it. So, like, for instance, let's go with an M4 or an M16, right, or an AK even. You could have one, but it has to be semi-automatic. It can't be fully automatic, so it has to be civilianized, is what it's called. And then it can only have a 5-round capacity mag, because even though the rifle might have been made in, say, like the 1960s, the magazine can be swapped out, and that's why.
Have you ever been attacked?
Yes,
Yeah, that's a stupid ass question.
I have.
How? Why?
I've been beaten up multiple times.
Like from bullying or like just randomly because you didn't do anything?
I've been hit in the head because I didn't do any. It's like just random. But I have been beaten up by like bullying and stuff. Bullying's not new anywhere. That happens kind of everywhere. Either by verbal or by right.
And what did you do? For them to beat you up?
Nothing. I had bullies that just hated me because they hated me.
So you were like a weak kid or what?
Oh no, I was far from that. I have had bullies. I never said that I didn't fight back. And that was a lot when I was a lot younger too, though. Like when I got into my 18s, I haven't had a fight since, and I haven't been beat up since, because I'm not a small kid, or I'm not a small man.
Are you a fat man?
No.
Nah.
No, I'm like I said, I'm healthy, right? I'm that nice average, good body weight, right? Just it's the combination of my height and my average body weight. That, and I guess technically I'm actually kind of like my dad. My dad looks super intimidating. Nicest guy you'll ever meet. But it's just his look. You ever heard the old saying? Um,
Ooh.
it might be. Hey, we got the tiger. Um,
Yeah, I also got the KV1S.
nice. Uh, you ever heard the old saying? Looks meaner than a. Well, again, this is not in your area, but there's a saying we have here that looks meaner than a junkyard dog.
I
That
don't.
that that terminology means that it's a dog. The dog could actually be completely harmless, but because it lives in a junkyard, it looks rough and scruffy, so you're very hesitant of it.
So you're saying that looks matter?
Uh, I wouldn't say looks matter. Just a lot of people will always view based on looks rather than trying to get to know someone first, and that's something that's built heavily into our into 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 people, right? That's not saying anything wrong with people. Just it happens. You'll judge a book before you know it in certain cases, right? Like a lot of people will look at me and go, "Oh, he." Some people in real life might look at me and go, "Oh, he's mean." But if you got to know me, far from it.
So you're saying you're not mean,
No,
but you seem mean.
I maybe I look it. Hilariously enough, because I actually do a lot of smiling and everything. But yeah,
Were you? Did you ever beat someone up?
in self defense.
No, in like because someone was getting on your nerves.
No, no, I've never hit someone out of malice. I've hit someone in self defense. But that again,
Like
when
someone
I was a
that you
kid.
know.
No, 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 no. Like bullies, right? I hit back in self defense.
Did they like jokingly beat you up or like actually like
Oh no,
try to
punching,
kill
punching, kicking. Yeah,
you?
punching and kicking is not. We have a different term for that here, right? That's just hitting. That doesn't mean that they had the intent to kill.
Yeah, but what are they expecting?
I'm aware, technically, one punch can kill, and I'm very much aware of, right? That's why I'm very against violence. But um, the definitions of laws in other countries is very interesting, right? Like so like your definition of something might be completely different than mine, just as my definition might be completely different than yours. And that's the beautiful thing about different countries is they have different laws and different beliefs, right? So it's very interesting. Again, in this case, where you're from Austria, and I'm from Canada, we both have different judicial systems, and we both have different laws, right? So for instance, defensive wise, you are never allowed to hit someone more than what would be considered. We'll go one more run light if you want. Perfect. Do you want to ready up, sir? Thank you. You can like for instance getting into a political thing. I try to stay off of political topics on the channel. Um, going on the concept of like a law, right? Like so here you're never allowed to use more force than what was dished out to you. So for instance, you're never allowed to if someone came at you with just fists and started punching you, you aren't allowed to
Yeah,
hurt them worse,
I
right?
know what you mean. I know what
Yeah.
you mean.
So the same thing goes like we had it the other like couple months. Thanks, Light. Um, I'm glad that you're having fun, or I hope you're having fun anyway. And the it was a case where the guy broke into the other guy's house. He took a baseball bat to the guy. Uh, I'll spare the details again, not getting into politics or anything graphic, because again I'm streaming. But something happened, right? And he got charged with going over the top.
For self-defense.
Again, dishing out more than what was required.
So let me make an example. If someone that you don't know broke in your house, and for example, just like me, you pull out a knife. Would it be considered like
You would be going over the
like?
top if he didn't have a knife.
But what if he was armed?
Okay, but what type of armed? See, your thing of using a knife is
Like,
he
if he was,
using
like-
is he using a club?
No, he's like, I don't know, like, he's like clenching his fist and looking to attack.
Okay, then you're overextending in my law here. You're
But
overextending your force
is it
because
is it
you're
like?
using a weapon. He is not.
And what if you just pull it out to show that you are armed, and show that you can defend yourself?
If you scare him off, fine, that's perfectly fine. But again, not striking at someone with a weapon because he does not have a weapon. You cannot over exceed the amount of force.
And if he charges at you, are you then allowed to stab him
No,
or injure him?
injure him. Yes. No, you're not allowed to use excessive force. You're only allowed to mete out the force that is met out, and that's to try and stop people from using over excessive force. See, the reason why that law was brought into pass was over here. We would, okay. There was a thing back in the World War II, where hilariously enough, there was a string of things where people were getting a little too rowdy, and people, because they were getting rowdy, were meting out more force than was necessarily needed, and because of it, certain people were getting very injured. Right? And it was not necessary. They didn't need to. This goes the same with, technically, hilariously enough, the Canadian Armed Forces, who were at the time housing German POWs here in Canada. Well, there was a breakout, and the Germans armed themselves with sticks. Well, the Canadians didn't want to go in and break the law that was set here, so they went in with hockey sticks and brought the riot back into control, but they did not use firearms or anything over the top. Like I said, the most interesting thing that I've always learned about streaming so far is the cool things that you find out about other countries that you would have thought, huh, and it intrigues you.
Wait, how do you think of my English is? Is it like good or like?
You're doing very
what
well.
would you-
I've known a lot of people with a lot more broken English accents, and I still do very well with it. I think your English is actually very well, and I very much applaud you for your English. You're very well.
Yeah, I actually have like a friend from Scotland, and I wouldn't say it's hard to understand it, but it was hard at first. God damn it. Well, I talk so much with him, in fact, so that I can actually have like a little bit of Scottish accent, but I don't want to like. I don't want to like.
The most
top.
amazing thing that I've always thought was interesting was always the Gaelic, right? Scottish. Gaelic.
Yeah.
Always an interesting language. I always loved Gaelic. It is super, super interesting. And
What do you understand?
oh, I don't understand it. Hilariously enough, I have my buddy's wife is part Scottish. And
Basically, if I actually told you this, you can't actually understand me because right now I'm looking out my window and I see some guys like standing there.
yeah, it's hilariously enough. The funniest part about Gaelic is when you get her drinking. My buddy has said that if there's
Oh,
enough.
Do you drink? Do you drink? Do you drink?
Do I drink?
Yeah, alcohol.
Oh yeah, I drink. Here and there.
Isn't that against like your
Faith?
like your?
It says nowhere that I can't drink. It says I can't drink to excess, so I can't drink myself drunk. But I can have a beer here and there.
All right. Yeah, I'm cooked.
Yeah, as long as I'm not drinking to where I'm making a fool of myself or being very arrogant or belligerent because I'm intoxicated.
My dad gets drunk a lot. Like last time, he was so drunk he tried to get on the couch and lay down, but he like we have like a big wooden door in our hallway because we got a new one,
Ow.
and he like bumped into it, and right next to that door there's like our wall where all of our pictures are. So he like, and then he hit like the pictures. Oh shoot! Wait, I may be cooked. And so he knocked it over, and then it like destroyed a lot of pictures.
I'm aware that when it's very hard because like I'm aware certain alcohols can get you drunk a lot faster. And that's why like I said, I stick very heavily to like stuff that I'm aware of what the content is.
Yeah, I have a question. Do you know the 7 deadly sins?
Yes.
What?
I can't recite them all off the top of my head, but there's lust, gluttony, pride,
Envy,
greed.
greed? You mean pride?
I thought greed was its own separate thing.
Pride is one of them.
Pride is one of them, but I thought greed was its own too.
And lust? Lust is also one, right? Or did you already
Yeah,
say
lust. Yeah, I said lust. Lust, I'll always, and I did say it first because lust is a pretty big one.
Why is that a deadly, so-called deadly sin?
Well, lust can be a Ooh.
Isn't lust and greed pretty much the same thing?
No, because a lot of the times I'm gonna die again. Wow.
I got him.
Thank you. I'm gonna die to the guy in front of me though.
Where is he?
Because there's a Sherman right here in front of me. Right here.
Oh wait, I'm trying to get there.
See, I'm aware that. Ooh, okay. And there's one off to my left, so if you're getting over here, be cautious because there's 2.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Oh, it's an ARL too.
Ooh, I cannot pin him.
Yeah, that's why I was saying be careful because it's an ARL. They got thick boy armor.
Are you kidding me? He shot my armor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he shot my cannon.
Light, so you know, we do have a Discord if you ever want to hop into chat in the Discord actually to talk and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I have it up on the Discord community tab if you ever want to hop on for the next time, Light.
Like off-stream playing, you mean?
No,
Like
no, no.
off-
I only ever play with everybody when I'm on a community day. So, and the reason for that is either I'm streaming another game that I'm trying to get up, or I'm recording, like for the week.
So your day consists of work, and then as soon as you get home, you play all day and stream.
Yeah, pretty much. Perfect. Yeah,
it-
I've got it on the YouTube community.
Isn't that like a very depressing cycle?
No, I actually
think?
no, I love what I do.
But like, it's like just like when you put it like that, it sounds pretty depressing.
I guess in my view of depressing is different. I actually very much the thing I actually look forward to in a day is actually coming home and getting to play and hang out, and you know,
Yeah,
especially these days where I get to hang out with the community, right? This is one of those days that I look forward to and hang out with, as well as obviously my Sunday. But those 2 days out of the week are the things that I absolutely love, so.
So hanging out with people online, like streaming, is the same as like, or as important like when meeting friends in real life.
Yeah, I like hanging out with the community and stuff, so like it's just a thing, right? And to be fair, like the one guy I hang out with most of the time while I'm streaming, he's a buddy from actually in real life, like we work together and everything, so.
So your dream is to become big one day on YouTube.
Not big. I don't want a lot of fame, but I would like enough that I don't know. That I get to talk to a lot of people, I guess. I'm not
Like,
I'm not like I'm not doing it for fame, is if that's what the question is.
if you had the option, like when you get so famous that you get enough money from YouTube to like not have to do your job anymore, would you quit your job?
No,
So it's not just because you're doing it just for the money.
no, no. I didn't start doing the YouTube thing for the money.
I mean like the job,
No, no, it's not for the money.
partly for the money.
I don't do planes. I mean, I could try doing a plane run with you, but I suck at plane. I'm no pilot. I don't know. Like I said, I when I first started this, it had nothing to do with any like of that stuff. My thing was when I first started the YouTube channel, and it's still sort of the same. When I first started the YouTube channel, I started it because I
Fun.
wanted to have some fun. Yep, number one. Number two was, and this
Get to
was,
know people.
oh no, that was third. Second one was, I'm,
New opportunities.
no. I personally, like I said, I'm Christian, right? And I know I have brothers and sisters in Christ that play video games. But
Christ plays video games.
yeah, I have brothers and sisters in Christ that play video games, and I know that if some are like me and they might not like hearing a lot of cussing in their video games, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to give them a place where I myself don't cuss almost at all. I wanted to give them a place where they wouldn't have to worry about cussing or hearing the Lord's name being used in vain and stuff like that.
Wait, since you're like a heavy Christian and I don't usually talk to those kind of people, do you believe in heaven?
Yes.
Like in the afterlife?
Yes.
But doesn't it sound like a little bit like unimaginable when you put it in like when you actually think about it?
No.
I mean, so you believe that when you die, what happens? What do you believe happens?
I believe that when I die, I will go and see my Father and Christ again, and I will be with them. That is what I believe.
For the rest of eternity.
Yes. See, there is more than just the flesh.
Yeah, wait, but will your body age as
in,
time goes on?
In heaven,
Yeah.
you won't have a physical body. Your body will be something of spiritual, something we don't understand. And the reason we don't understand it is because we're flesh.
So you'll be like a ghost or a soul.
Not in the strictest definition. Again, see, we don't understand how the body will work in the second one. And I'll do one more battle. I'm enjoying the conversation.
Yeah.
So if you want to ready up one more time, Light, if you're cool with it.
Yeah, I'm down, but I'm also a little bit tired.
If you're,
Yeah,
enjoying yourself, Light.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to our
Oh,
teammates.
shit. Well, like, what about like the other religions? Because they believe, like, like Muslim, they believe in like Allah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So doesn't it mean that like only one can be true, or there can be like two types of heaven?
Only one. And this is the thing, a lot of people won't like me saying, and I'm just going to say it because it's my belief. Only one is true. And the thing is that, here's the thing. I have been told multiple times by people that are other faiths that my faith is wrong. Okay, you have the right to your opinion. And I have the right...
Which you deny.
But I have the right to also say that my faith in Christ, and that Christ says that he is the only way, is right. It's the thing of, we are allowed all to have an opinion, right? Everybody is allowed free will, and everybody is allowed an opinion. I do not judge you for your opinion, just as I ask that everybody don't judge me for mine.
All right, but like, do you believe that you have ever talked to Christ or ever gotten a sign by Christ?
Yes.
And like, what can you remember any? Do you get signs daily or like just once?
I have always felt close with my Lord and my friend. Always. And
And
I
how-
and I feel him daily. And that's in my actions. Because when I look at someone and I see someone that is down and out, and rather I offer them a helping hand, or I show them a sign of love and compassion, so did Christ.
What do you think? Is it? Do you think that it's a thing that some people will? Do you believe in hell?
Yes.
So people that have done crimes will go to hell.
Okay, here's the thing with hell. And a lot of people try to say, oh, we're being sent there because we did wrong. And while not 100% wrong, the reason why people are sent to hell is because they decided to live their life separate from God. It's like you looking at your dad and saying, I want nothing to do with you. Or your mom, or your sister. Right? Why are you shocked all of a sudden when they finally give you what you asked for? That they don't talk to you.
So do you think Christ will only accept people that are highly Christianity and highly, like believable, or like that
Do I believe that...
pray daily?
Well, here's the thing, and that's the question. How... So for instance... You
Will you
keep
go to
you
hell
keep
if
you,
you
you
feel
keep
like-
saying highly Christian. But
I don't know, I'm not
here's the
I'm not-
question. Where does highly Christian come into play, and what are you classifying it as? Because I know people who are Christian who don't pray as much as I do. Do I believe that they're
Yeah,
still going to heaven? Yes.
Yeah.
But based on their actions and their faith. Now, do I think that you need to pray as much as I do? No. Do I think
But
that
will
you
it-
should pray? Yes. How else are you going to talk to someone that loves you?
So what can I do to like be more liked or get more signs by Christ?
I have
Or to
always
feel-
I have always said that the best way to draw closer to God is through, first of all, through reading the Gospels, right? Reading Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And that's not me just going, oh, go read them because, you'll figure it out on your own. To know God's will, you have to read God's will. Again, it's like being told by your dad, or you expecting instruction from your dad, but then you don't want to hear what your dad has to say. Right?
Panzergranate geladen!
Does being close to God make you like feel good? Does it like,
Yes.
make you happy?
It brings me much joy.
So you always feel like you're protected by Christ at all
Yes.
times.
Now, is there moments where I feel scared? Yes. That's human though. But do I still feel that I am protected? Yes.
So basically, for me, I don't really pray at all. I am Christian though. I believe in Christ and I go to church not daily, not weekly.
Okay, I don't do daily.
Only-
I don't do
only in
daily
school.
either, right? But
Only in school.
I do
occasionally.
my Sunday, right? Like that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like I know people that do it twice a day. Sorry, twice a week. I know people that do it, almost every day. Right? And I know people that are just like me that just do it on the Sunday. I also know people that don't because they don't have a church that they attend because there's just not one in the area. And they
Mine-
just dedicate themselves to their scriptures. Right?
And what about someone that doesn't believe in Christ or Allah or in any religion? What happens to those people? Do they go to hell or heaven, or what happens to them?
They decided to choose to live their life separate from God. They'll get what they asked.
And what happens to their afterlife? Do they have one?
you'll have to read the Gospels. Like I said, there is an afterlife that is either one to life or one to death. Right? And the thing about it is that the one to life is through Christ Jesus. That's the only way. The one to death is because we chose to live our life separate from Christ. That's how that works. I'm not the one that came up with the way it works. I'm just the messenger. Or in this case, just the guy that's saying what I have found.
Have you ever cursed God?
Have I ever cursed God? I have had my moment when I was very young where I was mad at God, but I didn't curse him. But I have been mad at God before. Unjustly, might I add. For
example, if like, just for example, like if you get like a bad mark or like a grade, and you go like, I don't want to curse God. But if you say like, God damn, like why can I not get luck? Like, why am I so unlucky, God? Does that count as like insulting God?
Well, I would say yes, because you're using, in that very sentence, you use the word, and God forgive me on this, you use the word damn it, right? And damn it is always used as a negative sense, right? We're not supposed to use God in a negative sense. Right? Again, if you get a bad grade, God can't control your grade, right? It was I didn't do something, right? I didn't study hard enough, or maybe, and in my case, it was very much, I'm just not good at that subject. I sucked, personally, at math. I, like, literally sucked. Like, and I will be the first to admit it, I was horrible at math. I had a buddy who was, you know, always acing it every time. And I was like, how are you getting so good at math? And he'd look at me and go, it's not that hard. And I'd be like, what do you mean it's not that hard? I'm like, it's impossible. And he's like, no, you just gotta do it this way and this way. And I was like, I'm not understanding. It's just, there are certain things that we're adept to, right? Like that we're more inclined and better at. Everybody has their own personal thing that they're good at, right? I'm personally myself, I'm a very, I like art. Like, I'm a very artsy person. I play a lot of war games. Like, so like...
Why?
Because I like miniatures, right? So I like painting.
But it just feels ominous to match being very Christian and loving war games. Isn't that something you shouldn't praise?
I'm not praising war games, I'm praising the painting.
Or like, praising the painting of war.
No, praising the painting of machinery. Like,
machinery of mass destruction.
Okay, you're trying to add something that there's nothing there. I don't agree with war, but that's part of our society. Like, you can't take war out of our society. Unfortunately. It's there. How many a perfect example is the thing going on in Ukraine right now. It didn't need to happen, but yet it happened. Which is sad because many of those people are suffering. And my heart goes out to them. Let me put it this way. Is me painting a miniature harming anybody? Am I harming anybody by painting a little plastic tank? Just in colors that I like. You know, doing the green...
Plastic?
Like plastic. It's just a plastic little miniature. It's hard plastic. You're probably no bigger than probably a remote.
Does the painting represent you liking tanks or liking what tanks are for?
No, I like just the tank. I like the look of them. I don't like what they're for.
So you don't like that they're meant to serve in war?
No. I don't like what they do in war. I like what they look like. Come on, you and I both know that the Panzer looks like an amazing tank.
I know what you're talking about.
But do I think that what it was used for was good? No.
Is it still like a cool thing?
I
not
like
avoiding the fact what it's used for. Yes.
Like I said, do I like the tank because it looks cool? Yes. Do I like what it was used for? No. And I'll be the first person to look at you and go, I don't like war. Do I like... Okay, can you like a gun? I know people that like firearms, yet hilariously enough, they're used for hunting.
Yeah, but like, does hunting represent killing? Like, do animals have an afterlife?
I would, that one I'm not 100% certain on. I would like to say yes, but I'm not too sure. See, I'm aware why we have an afterlife, and that's because God fashioned our soul.
Is Christ harsh when it comes to picking who goes to heaven and who goes to hell?
What do you mean harsh?
Like, does he like, I don't know how to put this, like, does he only accept people that, like...
Okay, so I'll say this. I'll say the same thing. I'll say the same thing that I have said multiple times, and that is, the only reason anybody goes to hell is because they choose to live their life separate from God.
But does that mean that if, like, for example, I believe... Wait, so somebody that believes in other, Christianity, not Christianity, if someone believes in a other religion, and they chose to go this way, meaning they went a separate way than Christ, does that mean they go to hell?
Like, if you want to ready up one more time, I'm good for another one. Okay, you'll have to repeat the question again, sorry.
So, for example, you said that people go to hell when they decide to go their own way. And when somebody decides if they want to be Christian or support Muslim or be Muslim, does that mean that they went their own way and therefore go to hell?
Okay, I remember the question. Just give me 1 second. We're going to do one more of tanks. Again, because I suck at planes, dude. Maybe on the next community day, I might do a plane sesh with you if you want for, like, one round. But, like, yeah, I suck, dude. Like, I will dirt the plane off the runway. That's how bad it is. Okay, again, as I've said, someone that decides to live their life separate from God, right? Now, here's the thing. A Muslim will look at you and still tell you that I don't follow the same faith.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm only saying what it is. Christ is God, and the Muslims say that he isn't. That's just how it is. So they're denying a truth claim, and I'm accepting the truth claim. How you want to take that is up to you. But I know that Jesus is God. And I'm only showing what I've seen and read in the scriptures. I'm not saying something completely different or outlandish. I'm just telling you what I've read. Right? The only way for you to come to the same conclusion is to read the Gospels yourself. That's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and many of the other ones. But the four primary being Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I can't help or guide anybody to that answer. They have to read the Gospels for themselves. That's it. It's as simple as that. You don't want to read it and you want to live your life separate. That's your choice. Again, everything is a choice. And that's the beautiful thing that God gave us with free will. I can't, and I won't hinder you in your choice. Your choice is your choice, just as you're not going to hinder me in mine. Right? It's the same thing. We both have free will. We all have a right to choose.
Yeah, but like, I have a question. You know that, the people that wrote the gossips, I don't know what they're called right now. Yeah, those who wrote them, how did they get the information? Did they get them from Jesus Christ?
They received the Gospels. They received the Gospels because they're the eyewitnesses of Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ is God. That's why. Pardon?
Wait, is God a character?
No, God is God. And it just as Jesus is God.
But is Jesus not his brother, his son?
No. Jesus is his son, but they're still the same person.
Yeah,
Again,
it's just that's
th-
how I've been taught.
this is one of those things where, like I said, you have to read your gospel, right? Like, I can't show you these things. I can only tell you what I've read, right?
Yeah, it's just that I've been taught this way.
Yeah, no, and I understand where you're coming from. The best I can tell you is just read your gospels, and that's it.
Where can I read them?
That's in the Matthew. That's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
In the
And-
Bible.
Yeah, that's
I have a Bible.
that's like I said. That's all I can tell you, right? I can't look at you and go, you have to believe this because I'm telling you to believe it. No, then that makes that you're believing it because I told you, and that's
Yeah, but I believe you because you sound legit,
like
and I trust you.
it's just one of those things that's why I'm telling you, read for yourself, right? It's the same thing that my pastor told me, right? When I first started coming to the faith, I looked at my pastor and said, but, you know, why would I believe what you have to say? He goes, don't believe what I have to say. But read the scriptures and judge for yourself. Be an inquisitive mind. That's why God gave us a mind. He gave us a mind so we could be intelligent, so we could be wise. So use that mind that God gave you to read the Gospels and choose for yourself.
Okay, I understand. I understand.
Yeah,
But who created the earth?
God. In the entirety. So I'm talking the Holy Trinity.
But did God create humanity, or did God create the planet Earth?
God created everything. As the Gospels say, nothing was created that wasn't created by Him. He's created
So
everything.
God created the Big Bang.
This is where me and someone who again with the Big Bang, I'm going to have a disagreement with, because I don't believe in a Big Bang. I believe that creation happened because of God.
So
'Cause-
God was here before of all of us.
Yes, God pre-exists creation.
But
That's the
why
thing.
would God create the universe, and then 13 billion years later He will create the Earth?
See, here's the thing, and this is another thing. I'm not one to ask God why He did something. Okay, if He wanted to, technically He didn't have to create man either. Right? But yet He created us because He, being all-knowing, knew who we would be and loved us and still had compassion towards us and wanted a relationship with us. That's one of those things that I wouldn't be able to tell you why God created something and, you know, the way He created things, right? I'm not God. And this is the thing. This is another thing. I'm a seventh day creationist. I don't believe in billions of years. I believe that everything was created in 7 days.
But isn't that billion theory? Isn't it like scientifically proven?
No, they've never proven that it's billions. Hilariously enough, even their carbon dating has been proven that it can be faulty. They've given a rock and weathered it in a they grabbed a stone and weathered it in a machine, and it came out, the people that were doing the test said that it had to have been literally millions of years old, and yet this rock that they pulled out, that they had just, you know, basically pulled up out of gravel, they were like, oh, it could possibly be, but this rock was, you know, from this thing. And they were like, oh, you mean it's not from this area? No, it's from this area. So the carbon dating can be faulty sometimes. So that's why I said I won't believe that. I'll believe what my Bible tells me. And the Bible shows of a seventh day creation. In the beginning, showing space or time, there was nothing. So there's your space.
Except God, or what?
Yeah, and so God created everything.
But how did God get the energy to create everything?
That's the thing, and that's the beautiful thing about God. God doesn't need the energy. God's all powerful. And that's another thing. It's I love the fact, because I once asked that same question, where did this come from, right? And myself personally, from reading the Gospels, is it was created from nothing. God created it from nothing. Now, if God can raise somebody from the dead, and he did multiple times, and God can create you from basically dirt, and God can create the planet out of nothing, I'm not going to even try to put a limit on where he got the energy from, because obviously he has the ability to do whatever he wants and create it however he wants.
So his mind is the one creating the things that he imagines.
His very soul is what creates it.
But what difference is his soul to be able to do those things and pull those miracles from our souls?
He pre-exists creation, we do not.
But why can Christ have this power and us we can't?
Because Christ is God.
Isn't that like a dictation? Like, isn't that like, I don't know what it is in. Isn't it that like only God has power and all of us don't?
Again, Christ is God. That's the thing. You're taking it as Christ is only a man. Christ is much more than that, right? His soul pre-exceeds his body, right? When we're born, that's when our soul enters our body, and that's when our soul kind of comes into being, is when we're born. But Christ's soul and essence was with God throughout creation because he is God, and through him everything was created. Right? Everything that is in creation was created through him. Now, I know it's a hard thing to understand, and even when I was reading it, I didn't fully understand it either. So I don't fault anyone for looking at me going, but how? So don't take me saying anything like that as me questioning how you're not... You get where I'm going with it. I'm not questioning you. I'm just saying... Christ's soul existed far before man's ever did. There's a reason why he said, before Abraham was, I am, showing that he was before even Abraham's soul was. So, and also referencing himself as God because he used the name I am. That's what the Jews knew him by. That's why back then they picked up stones to stone him. Because Jesus claimed to be God.
Did people even know what a God? They couldn't imagine anything under when Jesus said God. Or did Christ try to explain to them?
He used what is exactly what Jewish scripture shows. The reason why people didn't want to see was because they didn't want to. Because it called into question the way people might have been acting at that time, right? If you go out and let's say, I'll use myself. If I go out and I'm just being absolutely malicious and I'm just being cruel and I'm just, absolutely just being downright vicious to people.
Yeah.
And I hear what the Jews heard, because every Jew knew that only God was allowed to use the term I am to describe themselves. Or to describe himself. That was the only way the only person that was allowed to use that term was God. So when Jesus used that term, he was saying, I am God. And I've come down among you to be with you, to show you the time of the kingdom is at hand. They didn't want to hear him. And it foretold of them not hearing him far beforehand. Much to myself and many other people's blessing. because we got to also have the gospel preached unto us. The beauty of the gospel is that it has saving power. And is beautiful and a sign of showing the love that someone can have for someone. Because God so loved the world that he gave up his only begotten son and himself, because again, they're connected. There's a reason why he says, "You and I, Father, are one." They are
But,
connected in a way that we don't understand because we're flesh. We don't have.
Wait, like, I am a little confused. Like, there are like almost 9 billion people on this earth,
Mhm.
and if you say, and you're probably not the only Christian, so are there like 9 billion Christs to view every single person, or is there one Christ that views all persons at all time?
There's one person of God, right? And you have to remember that that person of God is three beings in one. That's God the Father, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. Those three beings work throughout the earth, right? To bring people to them and try to call to repentance people. They can see everybody doing everything. They're all knowing. They know when you're going to do something. And if we ask how, the question comes, they created everything in existence. I don't think seeing 9 million people or 9 billion people is that hard when they created everything out of nothing.
But do you think that God creates diseases?
I think
But
that
why?
I think
why
that
would
I
he
think
create them?
diseases come from sin, and sin comes from man. See, sin comes from us disobeying and telling God, "I want nothing to do with you." We separated ourselves, and then we were frustrated that there was a consequence to it because our flesh just started to decay or any other disease, right? Take your pick. My mom personally is blind.
Yeah.
My dad has
So
had
you could-
my dad has had 3 heart attacks.
So you can do like sign language.
No, blind, not deaf. My mom
Yeah,
can hear,
no.
not see.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
It's all
sorry.
good.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
it's all good.
I am sincerely sorry.
No, it's all good. Like I said, but my mom's faith is the same as mine. And she has the same belief as I do. It's because of just the flesh. It's something that happens.
Yeah, wait. I once heard like this. Do you know Joe Rogan?
I believe so. Isn't that the wrestler?
No, it's he's like
Or UFC?
he does like podcasts.
Yeah, but
he
but
does
his
like
yeah, but he
podcasts.
did Fear Factor and was part of the UFC.
I think so. I am not that sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think I know the guy
It's
you're
just-
talking about.
Yeah, it's just that I heard him say a quote, which he said that God, or Christ, is either all good but not all powerful, or he is all powerful but not all good. Is that true?
No. Again,
What-
you're coming from the assumption that because we as a people told God to get lost, and as being a God that listens to us, he limited himself and took a step back and let us choose our own path, so that you didn't have the ability to say, "I was controlled in everything that I did."
We don't have the advantage anymore. Attention to the designated grid zone.
Because, let's face it, there would be some of us, I most likely probably would have been one of them in my younger years, that would have said, "I was controlled in everything I did." So he limited himself, allowing our free will to shine forth. And because we're mad now that because of our free will, that sometimes it gets us in trouble, and I think we can all agree that our free will has sometimes gotten us in trouble. I know that all of us have probably at some point did a little boo-boo or a bad, right?
Yeah.
Then we're mad at God for what reason? Because we were the ones that did the wrong. It's like I heard from somebody say, you're mad at God because he told you to do something, but you're mad at him for then backing off and letting you do what you wanted to do. Why? You told him to back off. So he, like a loving father does to his son, and doesn't push him and look at him and say, you have to do this. Or in some cases, the father takes a more hands-on approach and does. But in most cases, a father will look at his son and go, okay, I'll let you do what you want to do since you want to. Then we're mad at God because he took the loving, caring father and let us do what we wanted to do.
320. Height, 100 meters.
It's just one of those things that I'm understanding that it's not easy, but it's one thing where it's never blame God for the actions of what you do. And in the case of diseases, this stuff popped up because of sin, and there was a cost to it. We were told not to, and then we told God no. I'm not trying to be, look at anybody and trying to say, oh, everybody heed what I have to say. No, I'm just saying what I have read, and if anyone wants to believe, I ask that they read the Gospels first and trust the Gospels, not me. I'm flesh. I'm flesh and bone. This body will perish and pass away. I am appointed a time when I will not be here, and I'm fully aware of that.
So you were not scared of death?
No. Neither is my mom, and neither is my dad.
But if you are disappointed in there not being an afterlife, or are you like 100% sure that there is?
I'm 100% sure that there is, but here's the question that I have. If there's no afterlife, who's to tell me there isn't? And who's to tell me that I was wrong? There's no afterlife. No one can tell me, haha, you're wrong. There's no disappointment because you won't be there to see it. The lack of an afterlife means nothing. You will... Yeah, I'll play a plain one with you. Do you got a plain, Nicholas? Sorry, N. Or I don't know how you want me to name you. Nicholas is okay?
You said my name.
Well, it says Nicholas on your thing. That's why.
Where does it say Nicholas?
If you hover over your name.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait.
I'm not the bad guy. I'm not the bad guy. I literally followed what it said.
Name. Because I'm on Steam.
Okay, I got you.
I thought that you just like.
No. It's all good. So do you got planes? Do you want to do a plane?
Yeah. I got in USA. I'm pretty far. Well, not pretty far. I'm like already 287 or something.
Light, you might have to humor me a bit on coming down like a notch, because like I said, I suck at pilot. I think the most I've got is like 2.7, maybe. I hope you forgive me on that one. Let me check. Aviation.
Wait, why does God, or like why does Christ let you, like, when you are feeling like you want to, like, when you feel like you want to be evil or something, if you just have the desire to like be evil,
okay,
why does he not stop you?
Okay,
sometimes
you asked the question of why is God not controlling me now? Did God give you free will so that you could pick and choose things?
But why does he not control if
yes, but that's the point of free will. You're given the free will so that you can choose. It's not, again, it's not his fault that we pick and choose wrong. It's I have up to 5-7 planes. Dude, you're butchering me here. It's okay, fair enough. Thanks, buddy. Let's go 2-3 because I will die. Realistic or arcade, sorry. Oh, you'll butcher me, dude. We're gonna do a regular match. I
It's just that it just feels weird what you're telling me, because everything I ever know is being like proven wrong by you, and I just can't like believe that, because that's what that's what I've known my entire life, and that's what I've been taught. And now you're just pretty much telling me that everything I've ever seen and the way I have seen it is wrong. So it's just hard to understand.
like I
You know
said,
what I mean?
yeah, I get where you're going, but
I gotta read the I gotta read
Gospels,
them.
that's the best I
Yeah.
can do for you, right? I can tell you right here, and this is a perfect example. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face, and you're still going to look at me and go, what I've seen is this. It's a funner. Is it a funner word? AB. Okay, arcade battle. Gotcha. Then and you're gonna say, well, I see this, and this is what I believe. Okay, that's fair. You're allowed that opinion, right? This is what you've seen and how you are perceiving things. I perceive things from a different standpoint and area, and I've seen things differently, right? That's why I
Like
said
yeah,
you
but
have
has
to
it
read the
been that
gospel.
way? Yeah, but has it been like that all the time?
Yes.
So you have, as soon as you were born, you immediately like
No, I'm not saying as
decided.
soon as I was born. I became a Christian when I turned 24. I
So
was
up
I was
until
being
then, what?
I was baptized as a Christian at 18. But I was what I would like to call on and off, right? There's 3 of us. I don't know how a 1v, like, do they have a 1v1v1? um so don't think that like I was Christian from birth. Okay? Like that's not how that works. But all of what I'm seeing up until now, my pain, my suffering, none of it came from God. All of it
What?
came, none of my pain and suffering came from God. All of my pain and
Right.
suffering came from myself.
So you can only blame yourself.
Or the people around you. And at that point, like for instance, if my sister offended me, no, I want to. Can you ready? I need you to ready up, sir. Sorry.
It's ground realistic.
Oh no, it's air battles. I got it in air battles.
And for me, it says ground
You
realistic
you
air
need
battles.
you need to swap to air
Wait,
battles.
not air. Yeah, I am actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so I'm going on. I'm on USA and it says ground realistic battles. Battering 2.3.
Just press ready up and it'll probably just send us into a game.
Oh yeah, it just
Yeah,
changed
it
here.
just needs to,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. But you seem like a trustworthy person.
Like I said, I would look at you and I would tell you, do not trust me merely for the sake of what I'm saying. Why?
So you're saying that I have to make my own
Yes.
perception.
Yes, you are your own individual. I cannot pick this for you. And nor would I want to. That choice, when I made it, that was a choice where I looked at it and went, And I had to think, what was the thing? And I came to the conclusion, personally, again, myself, that no, I from my personal experience, God is not the one to blame. Our own selves, because we don't tend to pick the right things. How many times, and this is not me putting you on the spot or trying to, but it's a good point. How many times have you, I myself could attest to many, How many times have you made a decision that you didn't like the response that came out of it, and you picked that choice?
Because we didn't know the consequences.
But you thought about the things and thought about the possibilities of what could come out of them. And there was a possibility that it might not be good.
It's because, I don't know, because it's probably some deadly sin. I don't know which one though. It's like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm not gonna get that guy.
I got you. I better boom and zoom him.
Oh, I'm trying not to shoot my teammate.
But if you like just choose to be Christ, does that mean that?
Ooh. If I just choose to be Christ, what?
If I choose to be Christ, how does God know that I chose to be Christ?
He'll know because of your belief. God knows everything. Keep in mind that's the
so God
thing.
knows what you were thinking.
Yes. He created you. It says that he knows every hair that's numbered on your head. There's not a hair on your head that hasn't been numbered. He knows every part of you. He created you from the very foundation, right? He already knew you. The love he has for everyone.
Does God sometimes like? So God is like in full control of us, pretty much. It's just that we have our free will.
Free will makes it so that we have our own control. God will not intervene in your free will. So if you go out and you say, you know what, I want to go and help. Let's do a good deed, right? Let's take it away partially from, you know, some bad things, right? Let's do a good deed. I want to go out and I want to, you know, help the homeless and feed a bunch of people that are starving, right? Let's just say that, right?
Not a good deed.
Yeah, a good deed. And God's not going to stop you from that. That proves what he wanted you to do. That shows that you're doing what he wanted. God tells you, feed the homeless, take care of the needy. Right? But if you go out now and let's do the polar opposite, and this is an extreme, and you go and rob a bank. You know, again, God forbid,
yeah.
But you get my point. And you go out and rob a bank. God never told you to rob that bank. That was your choice. And the reason he's not stopping you is because you have free will. You have the right to choose. He gave that to you. He trusts you and loves you enough for you to exercise it, even if you don't exercise it properly. So think about it like this. Oh, I got it finished off. I didn't know there was a different thing for it. Think about it like this, and I can attest to this in my own case. There has been a time where my dad has told me, son, don't do something. And I looked at my dad and I told my dad, no, I know what I'm doing. My dad looked at me and said, okay, I love you enough and I trust your judgment that you'll make the right call. Guess what? I didn't.
You did the wrong call.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. God, much like that, loves his children. We are all created by God, and he views us as such. So much like being a dad who goes, okay, I'll take a step back and let my son or daughter, make sure I include the girls, you know, I'll let my pick what they want. Now, if it's not good, I can't stop them. That's their choice. What you will is what you will. But then we're frustrated because we're not happy that God didn't stop us. And again, it goes back to the thing of, it's not that he doesn't want to stop us, it's that he limited himself so that we had a free will. Because if God didn't limit himself, we wouldn't have a free will. And that would mean that you would be able to say, I didn't have a choice. And what good is love if you're forced into it. If you're forced to love somebody, is it really love?
Well, not really.
So God lets you choose whether you want to love him or not, whether you want to listen to him or not. You're not forced into loving him. You're allowed to make your own free will choice. Oh, you were not at home? What were you gaming on? Your computer? Or a laptop? Or on your phone?
Wait, but I have like a scenario that I am in. Well, not a scenario, but like it just feels like
Oh,
that I am giving and not getting anything in return.
what do you mean?
What does that mean? For example, it feels like that I always help people, and then it feels like it, that I get nothing in return.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're expecting a payout for doing good deeds.
Not like a payout, but like for them to like be thankful.
Okay, the gospel already tells you there will be times where you will do good deeds, and you will
Or
do it. You will do good deeds out of love or kindness or whatever, right? That you will do good deeds, and you will be unappreciated for it. But to not be mad, and to still love them even though that they are unappreciated of you because someone else appreciates you for doing that deed. Because you did it out of love.
It's just because it like feels like the other people's aren't being like as helpful or like aren't giving like I am.
I
I
get
just want them to like
I-
help like I am.
No, I get where you're going, and I understand. I get it. I've had that mode or that moment in my time where I look at it and go, man, so-and-so wasn't super appreciative of how I, handled that, whatever. Let's just say, like, I got them a coffee or something, right?
Yeah.
And so-and-so wasn't appreciative of it. I'm not mad about it, and I don't really mind. Why? Because I'm told already that there will be a time where I will do something and I won't be appreciated for it. So it's not new to me. Man, I can't get this, dude. But I already know that my Father in heaven already appreciated what I did because I did something kind and loving to someone who didn't hold me with any kind of respect or something. So you still will receive that love and respect, just not from the person you wanted. This is why you're told, don't worry about the people that you're being kind to. Because you'll be, someone already is taking notes, so to speak, and seeing the kindness that you have. And the love that you had, even though they weren't treating you with the most respect. Love those that hate you, and pray for those that persecute you.
What does persecute mean?
Judge you, wrongfully use you, despise you. Persecute could also mean technically throw you in prison or beat on you. Just forms of persecution, right? You're persecuted and they are treating you very roughly.
Yeah.
Right? Love those that do that to you. And the reason why? Because so in the very moment, ooh, nice, I got that one. So in the very moment of when Christ was crucified, so did he treat the people that were doing everything to him. He was beaten, flogged, he was nailed to a cross, and not only that, the concept of the crucifixion is that they also, when they beat them, they had to flog them so that their their willpower was gone, right? So that they couldn't fight while being nailed to the cross. So they had to be very brutal to them. And so they beat them, and they did a lot of stuff to him, beating, spitting on him, slapping him. All of these are persecutions. All of them treated him with very much disrespect. And out of all of it, he never cussed them, never raised a hand, and never even raised his voice.
But like, if somebody has done bad things or bad deeds in the past,
Mhm.
does someone deserve who has done this? Does someone deserve to be persecuted?
What do you mean?
For example, if somebody has like, for example, like you're a dad of like a child, and your child is being bullied at school, and you meet those bullies, and then you like decide to like slap one of them or like hit one of them or like, you know what I mean?
I get you. I
Or
get
like
you. Okay.
confront them. Is that like considered then a bad deed, or is it just considered a like, you know what I mean?
I get where you're going. You're asking, is your defense of your child? Oh, you're out of planes? Sorry, dude. I still got some. Not great, but I'm crashing currently. Um, are you asking if self-defending your child is wrong?
No. It's like if somebody has done bad deeds to your you or any of you, like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know, bro.
I get
If
where you're going.
somebody
Okay.
uh, has has been like not good to you or like abusive to you, and
Mhm.
you then decide to like confront them or like hit them back, is that considered like as a bad deed?
Hmm. See, here's the thing. Personally, myself, I would say that there's in the case of like you confronting someone, right? You can
Yeah.
always go to the government or like the police, right? You can always go and say this person has done me much wrong, right? And bring it to their attention. Because here's the thing, your form of judgment might end up hurting them more, and you might end up, I don't know, maybe by the chance of you hitting them, you might accidentally kill them, right? And that's not right. But here's the thing also. And the very oh, that's okay. Um Here's the thing also.
The enemy
If
controls most of the
for
city.
whatever reason I everything can be forgiven, right? Everything can be forgiven.
Everything.
Everything.
So even Adolf Hitler could be forgiven.
Yes. This is the thing that people don't like talking about. Is
What?
if he repented, yes, he can be forgiven. But that's the thing, you have to repent. That means to, and the term repent means to look at what you're doing as wrong and sinful and to turn
So
around and
admit your
stop, yeah,
so
to
so admit.
admit you're wrong, and then turn around and stop those actions and try to right the wrongs that you did. But to repent, you also have to have your faith in Christ. Because repentance also comes from God. That beautiful feeling that you feel like when you did something wrong. You ever get that feeling when you feel like you did something wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. That feeling that you get is the Holy Spirit telling you you did something wrong. You should repent and tell your Father
Yeah.
and ask for
It's just
forgiveness. And then,
I have done that like a lot of times. Like just like it hasn't even been like long ago. It's just like I have like had huge like beef with like sort of like the cool kids from like my school, and
fair
yeah,
enough.
yeah,
I
I
get
know.
you. Yeah.
And
I was public school too. I get how it works.
yeah, and we all played like the same game, and I was like always like I was always the best, and people were jealous, so they insulted me, and so like now that it's been over like those debates, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, I got
I've
you.
like apologized to like everyone. It was like, yeah, I'm sorry if I did anything wrong, and it's like I'm wondering why they don't feel like they have done the wrong and I apologize to me. Like, why have
Because
I decided to apologize, but they have not?
here's the thing. I have had to apologize for things. Light, if you want to go one more time, I'm good for one more plane run. I got one
What
more
can
in
we
me,
do?
guys. I got one more in me. That's it. I gotta get something eaten, and I was getting my food cravings. I haven't ate today yet. I
I'm
need
pretty
some
tired as well
food.
because it's 20 past midnight for
Yeah.
me.
Um. So yeah, I'm good, Light. If you want one more. But yeah, I get where you're going with it. 100%. I understand. I'm seeing where you're coming from. This is one of those things where that's just gonna happen. I can't stop them from not wanting to apologize to you. Neither can you, to be fair. Um, and I have had many people for a lot of the times where I went to go apologize and I did nothing wrong,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. That's how I feel.
But here's the thing. God tells you you're blessed if you're the peacemaker. What is a peacemaker? The one that keeps the peace. Trying to sow over discord, in this case, someone, maybe being wrong and not wanting to apologize to you, right? They were in the wrong, but you apologize to sow it over and cover it up and mend the patch. You're being the peacemaker. You're being the one that's showing love and kindness. It's not always going to be the fact that you're going to get someone that's going to look at you and be like, I'm sorry, and then you say, or they say, I'm sorry back. It's not going to happen. It's just not. There will be times where you apologize for something that you know you didn't do anything wrong. I have been in the same boat, and yet after I did it, while I might not have felt the best about it, because of many things, I know that they have their own thing. And sometimes it's things that so simple that you and me won't see, right? Like, the funniest part about these things is, yes, you had to apologize for something that you had no wrong in. But maybe the reason they're not apologizing back is possibly because of something going on at their home. That they're going through some tough times. And we're told to be patient with those people. And that sorry may never come, but we're still told to be patient. And the patience is not because of... I do not light. What is it? Oh, nice. I got ground targets. We're told be patient because patience works love. Love will work more patience. And it kind of goes in tandem. And that love and that patience is something that right now we need a lot of. What do you mean open fire?
For example, like I have like this friend, and he's like always super nice to me, and he like apologizes for everything. He's always nice to me, and
Mhm.
he always has been. And for I don't know for what reason, I was like, when I got to like when I got out of kindergarten and went to primary school.
Mhm.
Like in kindergarten, we were like best friends. We all every day we talked to each other, and then as soon as the primary school started, whenever he came to like talk with me, I was always like, bro, piss off, and like I was like, I was avoiding contact with him for some reason. I cannot remember because I was under the influence of my friends, which were other like, and they were in another way. They acted other like different to him.
Contrary to what you wanted to
Yeah.
act.
So I try to fit in with them so I don't get like a bad first impression.
Mhm.
And I kept doing that for like a while, and like the whole primary school. And now that we're in middle school and we like are now the best friends, he's my all-time best friends, not all-time best friends, but like we are best friends now. And now I'm feeling very bad for what I have done.
Mhm. Mhm. And that'll come, dude. That you in your heart know or feel that you have wronged him,
Our victory is near.
right? And you're not gonna get over that. Have you asked him to
Yeah,
forgive you?
I've no,
And
I have I've apologized a lot of times, and he's always like, yeah, no, dude, it's fine. But like, I still feel that
The
I was
guilt.
wrong, and I still feel the guilt, even though I've apologized and he's forgiven.
Sometimes that guilt, it's a hard thing to shake. See, the thing with guilt is that it sometimes sticks. I have my own thing, much the same, and sometimes that guilt doesn't go away. Sometimes you just know that there was a certain way that you should have handled something that you just didn't handle it the right way, right? It happens. We're human, right? We're gonna handle something in a way that is not the best. It happens. And it's one of those things that with mine, it was a buddy myself also, and it was, me and him having, a bit of a laugh, and sometimes the jokes that me and him used to talk about weren't always the best, right? And sometimes they could get pretty personal, right? Like, fat jokes and stuff like that, and some, in the most strictest definition and being honest, the guy wasn't the most slimmest, but he wasn't fat either. He was a little bit more healthier, right? And what ended up happening was one of the times I went a little too far with the jokes, and he took offense at it, rightfully so. I was being very cruel. And then he said some jokes that were also very offensive, and then we just ended up splitting apart because of it. But it was the type of joking that we used to do, and it was just one of those things that we never knew where that line was that you shouldn't cross with the joke. And then we quickly found out when it was too late what that joke, where that was, right? So a lot of the times now I try to stick back from those kind of jokes unless and I don't even do it even if I know I'm good for it. Like, I have a buddy now who likes to make those types of jokes a lot, and what he dishes out, he definitely can take back. But I still don't feel comfortable with half the jokes he does.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't want to ruin that friendship just because of something going over, right? It's not right, and there's no loving to it. I get that the joke is there, but like, it can happen. In that regard, yeah, I would just, maybe what you need to do is tell him how bad you feel about it. Right? Maybe the thing that's gnawing at you is that by saying sorry, you understand that he understands that you are sorry, but maybe when he's brushing it off, as you're saying he is, right, and he's not viewing it as a big deal, maybe the thing that
it's just that I know that he never like he always says like, yeah, I know you're sorry, it's all good. It's just like that's it. That's all he says.
Yeah.
When I say like that I'm sincerely sorry for what I've done.
Yeah, maybe the best way to do it is actually tell him how much it's affecting you. That you genuinely feel a ton of guilt because of what's going on. Maybe that'll bring you the more closure.
And he always apologizes for like the littlest things, and I don't know why he does it. It's just like he's so apologizative and always nice, and it's just like I don't know how to give back to him because I am not able to be like him.
The funniest part is, it's not always that that people want something in return. Sometimes people are just doing it because they love you, that they care about you, that they genuinely just are thinking about your well-being.
Yeah, but it's like I don't feel like I deserve to be loved by him.
And that's the thing. That's one of those things that I had a buddy tell me once, that everybody deserves love. You were created in the image of God. You have innate value. You deserve to be loved. And here's the thing. The hardest part is not... This is the hard part, and I can attest to this. The hardest part is not believing that you deserve to be loved. The hardest part is making yourself believe that you deserve to be loved. Because a lot of us don't think that. That's the hard part, and that's the hard part on kicking that, right? And that's the hard part when also trying to get the gospel across, right? Is telling people God loves you very, very much, and people go, yeah, but that kind of, because I ran into it the other day, where I was talking with one of my buddies who's I wouldn't say a new believer, but he's growing in the faith more. And he had the same problem where he goes, I just don't believe that I deserve to be loved like that. And I said, that's a hard thing. Like, I can't tell you, any, like, you get what I mean? Like, I can't tell you anything in that regard. Like, I believe that everyone is made in the image of God. I believe you have innate value, and I believe that you deserve to be loved. The thing is making yourself also understand that and believe that it's true. Because the human mind is something that is very hard and finicky to master. The human mind will tell you certain things that aren't true.
You do not believe.
Yeah, and sometimes your human mind will just tell you something that isn't true. Right? I have had it where my buddy said, my mind tells me that I shouldn't be loved. Well, that's not right. You should be loved.
But like, what if you know that you have not done good and you still know that you are loved? But like, am I still able to feel that I am actually loved, or should I actually feel like I am not deserved to be loved?
No, you should always still feel like you should be loved. But the thing is to
I
acknowledge.
can, like,
here's the thing. This is the thing. Acknowledge his love. Understand that love is in a brotherhood, right? He loves you as his brother. It's almost like King David with Solomon, or sorry, David and Jonathan. Wrong person. David and Jonathan. It says that their love for each other was that they loved each other as Jonathan loved David as if it was his own soul, right? He loved him with such a love that I'm sure that even David at certain points thought, I do not deserve to be loved by my friend this much. But yet they loved each other that much, and they went forward with their friendship for a very long time. And
it's just that like, I can't show the love that he is showing to me back to him.
So you do it in the best way you know how.
Yeah.
That's the best you can do. You do it in the best way that you have physically possible. That's the best you can do. It's the same with if you have say like I'm trying to find a good reference point here. Give me a second. I'm trying to find a plane too, and I'm not finding it. It's like trying to say, okay, this love that I'm experiencing, because I'm experiencing it, and there's so much vastness of it, I'm not sure I deserve it, and I don't think I could ever reciprocate it, so I'm not gonna, like, I'm gonna worry about it, but I'm gonna just hang on to this feeling. There is a thing that is preached about where there are certain things where certain people will give more and certain people will give less. But the people that gave less to the people that gave more will lack for nothing, and vice versa. The reason is that you might love him what you deem less, but just might be enough for him. But yet you're seeing all the love that he's giving you, and you think that it's very much. And in this case, you feel that you don't deserve it. But it's enough for you. And then it's not, from the sounds of it, your cup overfloweth, so to speak.
Yeah, but like, that's the way I think. Because maybe he's expecting me to like be as loving as he is to me, but I am not able to show that love to him. And he's expecting me to be like him, in return to him.
Has he ever showed any kind of form of that kind of attitude?
No, no, he's always in a
So,
like
so
good. He always tells me that I'm such a good friend and that I am always such a good friend to hang out with, and then he can always
so
depend on me. But I
so
don't feel that way.
and in those cases you might just not. He sounds like a very awesome dude, and it's just one of those things. I just don't. This one is one where if he's not saying it, I don't think you have to worry. I think that the guilt is the thing that's eating at you, and I think that maybe you should tell him about how much that guilt is, just so that it's off of the weight of your shoulders. Also, have you ever disclosed that kind of stuff to your family? Like that guilt that
What?
you're feeling? To go over it
No.
with your
Well,
parents or your sister. I know you have a sister.
yeah. Well, my parents are like gone for like today and tomorrow, and yesterday we're
Oh.
gone. But like as soon as they're back, I can talk with them again. Like, yeah. It's just that he always like answers like he's always like he always confesses things to me that I have never like really done. He's like exaggerating the things that I do
Just hey,
or the things that he has done,
I got
not
you.
me. He
I
has done.
I
So
got
when
you.
he like accidentally like for example like he accidentally pours like or drops a glass, not like a glass or like a cup and spills water at my place.
Mhm.
And then like next day or for the next whole week he's like, I'm so sorry for what I done and stuff. And it's just like I don't know, like I can't forgive him enough. You know what I mean?
I get where you're going with it. Thanks, Light, for turning up. I will see you next time. Thanks for showing up, buddy. I really appreciate. Have a good one. God bless. Um, and I will. I keep an eye on the YouTube channel in the community tab. I will have posted there what we're doing on the community days on Tuesdays, and the one that Warthunder pops up on. If you want to come and hop on, I will see you there. With that one, dude, the best I can say is maybe talk to your sister or your parents about your guilt kind of thing that you're feeling. Maybe they might be able to help you where I can't. They are your family, right? There's a bit of
Yeah.
a thing, right? You have a bond with them that I don't have with you and you don't have with me. And that comes from obviously your parents being the ones that are your parents and raising you.
Yeah,
And
I've been with them all my life.
yeah, and your sister being your flesh and blood, right? That's something I don't have connected to you with. So that would be my best reference point would be just tell them how you feel. And with him, I would just say definitely tell him, and it might help. It might not. It maybe the guilt will stick. And the best I can say is yeah, maybe pray on it. That's the
Yeah,
best I got for you, right? Like
he always like brushes it off and he's like, "Yeah, don't worry."
see that's one of those friends that is always an awesome thing to have around, but they're always the ones that you're always the most worried about because they're genuinely the guys, and I used to be one of them, that are the ones that
Are dependable
honestly
on.
don't really care. I was literally when I used to tell people when they used to like do something bad and I used to be like I let it go already and they'd keep bringing it up, I'd be like, okay, it's in the past, we're good, like you're fine. But however, I'm much like you. I also have the tendency that I always over apologize for
Yeah,
things.
because you still feel like guilt and you're trying to get it off you.
Not always.
No, yeah, not always.
Hilariously enough, sometimes I apologize just because I'm apologizing. Actually, fun fact for everybody. In Canada, saying sorry in a court of law does not mean that it's admissible in court. And it is not admitting guilt. We say sorry so much here in Canada, it has become sort of a norm. So they actually put it in our laws that if you say sorry in court for something, it cannot be a punishable offense, and it's no admission of guilt. But in that case, what I'm trying to say is that in his cause, he just might not deem it as anything.
As a bad.
As
as a bad
as anything. He might have already let it go. It's water under the bridge, so to speak, right? That might be just the case. Right? And that one is one of those ones where the thing now that you're relying on is the healing from yourself. Because I know what you're going through. I've been in that situation where you hold that guilt up and it gnaws at you. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So the best I can say is tell your parents, talk to your friend, talk to your sister. Maybe she might be able to talk to you or give you some advice. You know, sisterly advice. She's your older sister, right? So sometimes the eldest actually has some advice to give to the younger.
So is it like that I'm no, not never mind. That was a weird. That was, I no I just forget it.
Okay. I will let it slide. I won't pry. But I am gonna go get some food. Because I am hungry.
What are you gonna get?
I'm probably gonna make myself like a sandwich. Maybe some ham. Some smoked ham.
Yeah, but like I gotta go because I'm actually really excited right now.
Okay. Well, I hope you have a good sleep, buddy. I honestly do.
Yeah, let's like, can we like talk tomorrow? Like play tomorrow?
Uh, I was gonna say I only do community days, but if you turn up,
yeah, I know.
with one of my on one of my other ones, I will definitely talk to you, even if it's on Tarkov, right? Like I'll chat to you in the background if you want. I have no problem with that. Anybody wants to turn up any of my days just to chat in the Discord, I have no problems with hanging out in the Discord. Right, and just chatting. I have no problem with that. But I will see you next Tuesday, I hope, buddy. I do.
Alright.
Alrighty. I will see you later.
Yeah. Yeah. Good rest of your evening.
Yes, you as well. Have a good one. God bless.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I'm overheating. Whew. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining me and sticking with me up until the end of this stream. It is getting hot in my room. Thank you guys so much for joining me and sticking with me up until the end of the stream. Thank you guys for sticking with me and always, as always, being a very big blessing on the channel. Thank you guys so much. I pray that God blesses you with all the knowledge, wisdom, and strength to guide you throughout the day, and I pray for your good health. I also pray that you grow in knowledge and wisdom about God the Father, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. In Jesus' mighty, holy name, amen. Thank you guys so much. I will see you all in the next episode. Take care.